Good evening and welcome to today's webinar on the topic Essential Skills for a Changing World. On behalf of Craft World School, it's my privilege to invite the speaker, teachers, parents, and students to today's webinar. A school that follows Cambridge curriculum, a school with a difference, a team that strongly believes in going beyond the classroom, a school that gives equal importance to the conservation of biodiversity, natural organic farming, and community welfare programs, along with the academics, a team of like-minded education enthusiasts to strongly advocate that learning becomes more enjoyable with a genuine love for education, parent participation, and some creativity. Craft World School is an innovative attempt to work with the children to inspire them to become self-reliant learners, nurture their talents, and equip them with the skills and values that will empower them to become self-confident and well-rounded individuals. Craft World School provides every child access to a happy and welcoming community focused on learning in a stimulating and rich environment. The promise is very simple: an enriching and happy childhood and a quest for lifelong learning. I'm Bindu Menon, PR and training consultant of Craft World School, and it's my pleasure to be the moderator for the session. Our keynote speaker for the day is Dr. MC Dilip Kumar, former Vice Chancellor, KALADY Sri Sankara University and Kerala Kalamandalam. We also have our parents with us, Ms. Aishat Sali. Ms. Aishat Sali will be joining with us any moment. Mr. Jagal Bose and Ms. Swati Shenoy. Now, just a quick look at the agenda for the day. We will start the session with a welcome speech, followed by an overview on the webinar topic, then to the keynote speaker slot, followed by questions to the panel from parents and other participants, then to panelist feedback time, followed by vote of thanks and session wrap up. There are two major trends in the world that pose a fundamental challenge to our education system. One is the world is shifting from industrial economy to knowledge economy. The other is a rising generation brought up on the internet and who is quite different, the way they are getting motivated to learn. The way forward is to reconceptualize the current education system to address the global achievement gap, which is the leap between what our best schools are teaching and the must-have skills of the future, like creativity, collaboration, agility, adaptability, communication, curiosity, initiative, the list goes on. The next generation is accustomed to instant gratification and use of the web for extending friendship, interest-driven, self-directed learning, which are they're constantly getting connected, creating and multitasking in a multimedia world everywhere except in school. In order to motivate and teach this generation, the school system must be reinvented to be accountable for what matters the most. That means to do the work, teaching, learning, and assessing in an entirely new way. Students must acquire knowledge. The question is, do we use the right content to teach the core competencies? Now, the day session on this global achievement gap is an inquiry into essential skills for the changing world and why even our best schools don't teach the new survival skills to our children, which is the skills that the children need, and what can we do about it? What are the approaches for student skill development, and how can you bring it to a scale so that all students can succeed in a global knowledge economy? Now, may I invite Ms. Suchitra, teacher at Craft World School, to deliver the welcome address, please.
Thank you, Bindu ma'am. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to the dignitaries, guests, parents, and my dear colleagues. On behalf of Craft World School, it's my privilege and honor to welcome you all to our fifth webinar series, Essential Skills for Changing World. Here we have our keynote speaker, Dr. MC Dilip Kumar sir, former Vice Chancellor, KALADY Sri Sankara University and Kerala Kalamandalam. With utmost respect, we welcome you to the session. Next, I welcome our beloved parent fraternity well-wishers, and my colleagues to this empowering and encouraging session. Thank you for accepting our invitation. We really appreciate your cooperation and unreserved love for this institution, for sparing your time despite your busy schedule. Next, I gladly invite our visionary managing trustee, Advocate C.M. Majid Sir, and our vibrant Principal Mridula Praveen Ma'am to this enlightening session. This is a testimony to their commitment to share for the welfare and education of our children. Therefore, it my earnest prayer that whatever deliberations we embark on today will be constructive and fruitful and will go a long way towards improving upon the already very high standards that we have set for ourselves. And last but not least, we officially welcome Ms. Bindu Menon, our PR and consultant, to moderate excellently as always in this beautiful evening. Thank you. Wish you all having a great time.
Thank you, Suchitra, for setting the tone of the event. Over to the topic. Craft World School Knowledge Series webinars are a great way for the education fraternity and students to stay up to date with the latest developments and to interact with subject matter experts. In this webinar on essential skills for a changing world, we will take you through invaluable information on this need of our topic. Teach children the essential skills now, and he or she will be set for life no matter what she does. It has been widely established that future jobs will require a workforce with the ability to think creatively and know how to effectively execute ideas, projects, products, and services. Being skilled in STEM is important for future jobs. Having the ability to apply these skills through creativity, collaboration, and innovation becomes even more critical. It is clear that the march of progress will keep on going, and schools and education will have to play, or rather catch up, if they want their students to be prepared for life in the future workforce. Being able to see how multiple fields interact in their complexity and crafting innovation solutions in response will be important in keeping up with future industries that involve data analytics, artificial intelligence, and a crossover of many disciplines and fields of inquiry. Many curricula are moving away from textbook-based learning and are teaching analytical thinking in their styles of instruction. Today's session is all about those essential skills for a changing world. Over to the speaker slot. Now may I invite a keynote speaker, Ms. Dr. M.C. Dilip Kumar, former Vice Chancellor, KALADY Sri Sankara University, and Kerala Kalamandalam, to share his insights on the topic. Dr. Dilip Kumar has a clear-cut track record as an academician. He began his career as a lecturer in the Cochin College, rose to the level of Vice Chancellor of KALADY Sri Sankara University. He also holds high offices in several organizations and serves as an academic consultant, invited speaker, and a social critic. He has also left his footprints on many international platforms. He has been serving as a member of college governing body since 2016 and constantly encourages the college fraternity for its betterment. Over to Dr. M.C. Dilip Kumar, please. Sir.
Respected Managing Trustee and my dear friend, Advocate C.M. Majid, dear Ms. Mridula Praveen, the Principal of Craft School, and the moderator, Ms. Bindu Menon, dear teachers and dear parents. This evening is great because we are discussing for the future generation. Actually, we are living in a world that is dynamic. Every moment there is change. Every hour there is change. So we are living in a dynamic world, subject to changes in every minute. So technology may be coming, new technology, new definitions, new way of thinking, different style of operations of managerial side or otherwise in schools and colleges. That is happening. And we can't predict the future in advance because everything is unknown to us. Certain things are known to us, but majority of the things are not known to us. What will happen in the next moment? So we are living in a world. It cannot be predictable in advance because the coronavirus is spreading, or otherwise the next step is spreading. So in such a situation, the webinars and platform speaking is nowadays it is a reality, or otherwise online webinars are going on in different sphere of life, different areas, and especially in education sector. And directly facing the audience is very difficult. So we don't know. It may be completed within 1 year, I think so. So there may be some sort of good signs are coming as part of news. The majority of my role is over. Actually, 75% of the details are already given to you by the dear moderator. So what we are thinking, what are the areas to be considered, what is to be considered for the future generation and essential skill for a changing world. It's already discussed, I think so. That frame itself is very good, and we all got what is for the content of the seminar and what we are thinking about future generation. So changing world requires skill in academic competencies such as literacy, numeracy, and scientific thinking habits. Communication skills and developing soft skills are very important. If the communication skills are poor, we can't succeed in any interview, even though they are very competent to do things practically. So practical side is the next side. Communication may be the first side. If we are ready to overcome the difficult situation through an interview by communicating properly, then only the second result is awaiting for you. Actually, if a person succeeded in his communication skill or otherwise, sometimes he may not be an apt person for doing things in a particular way. So the practical experience and doing things in a different way and communication is entirely different. So first of all, to enter into a field, then communication is the most important element that is required for the students. I think craft schools can maintain their proud in this area because they are focusing on skill development and communication. That is a great thing. Compared with the different education institutions, this institution is unique because the theoretical aspect of teaching level and the content of syllabi, outside the content of syllabi, they are doing much better. Selecting some areas, especially the so-called social side or otherwise the technical or some other areas are also to be considered equally important. The habit of critical thinking and developing creativity among students will produce wonders. Skills are interconnected with human beings, so inherited with human beings. So some skills may be imbibed, some skills may be developed through training, but there may be a basic platform for developing the skills. So there are so many dreams in your students, so many dreams are there in your students. We should find out it from students and give them proper support for blossoming it. That is the duty of a teacher. Everybody is blessed with a different caliber, character or otherwise the system of working along with the human mind is entirely different, and to capture human mind in advance and see the human mind in a different way because everybody is different in their nature. So at that youngster, the role of a teacher is very important, or otherwise I can say very important. So then by giving support to the students for developing their own visions, their own dreams, then Peter Gregg, an educational psychologist who has studied hunter-gatherer education as far back as 10,000 BC, he says, children had to learn an enormous amount to become effective adults. So who is an adult? Only attaining the age of 18, whether technically we can speak in a way they are adults declared as per rule of the law, rule that is prevailing in our country. But whether he or she is competent to do things in a different way only after attaining the 18th year of age. I think some persons may be more competent, some are not competent. Only the age itself will not give properly for maintaining their own skills, character, otherwise selection of choice or different areas. So there needs the help of teachers and parents at that youngster. Communities of old thought, children should learn skills from day-to-day life by encountering with situations. That was no old thought. Experience making a man perfect. So go through different situations and experience what is going on in and around us. And through their own experience, they can develop their own skills and capabilities. That is an old thought. But nowadays, everything is available in fingertip. Everything is available in capsule form, especially in education sector also. So we can see so many areas are touching with so many educationalists, and some sort of learning apps are also doing certain extent the work of teachers. So in the place of teachers, technology is coming. That's a new origin, actually, not old thought. Until the 20th century, the Gurukula system of training was seen. Students and guru means teachers, should live together and learn spiritual, academic, and artistic skills. At the time of leaving, actually, they may be competent to do things in a different way. They may be trained, students, trained personalities to face any challenges in their way. So that is an entirely different system. Learning together with Guru, taking information directly from Guru, and finally, they may be sent to their area after proper training given by the Guru. So it is called Gurukula Vidyabhyasa. And the ultimate aim of this Gurukula Vidyabhyasa is self-refinement. The main aim of education is for self-refinement, not to get marks, first rank or second rank, or otherwise he or she is more capable like that. That is only a certain area that is to be focused. It is related to some areas. Otherwise, how to be a human being, how to maintain human relationship, how to communicate, how to cope up with the present situation, and adaptability is an important point that is to be discussed now. Whether he or she is suitable for a particular situation or not, or whether they are able to overcome the difficult situation. The management definition given by Peter F. Drucker is that getting things done through the help of others. That was a major definition when we are studying in management area as an MBA student or like that, or in post-graduation, then getting things done through the help of others. I think it is the right time to change the definition by a new definition. That means a person who is not capable to manage himself or herself can manage others. So first of all, how to manage himself? Then only we can manage others. So the basic thing that is needed now is self-management and crisis management. If we are not able to manage ourselves or himself or herself, it is very difficult to manage others. So training must be given to such managerial persons to overcome the difficult situations and adaptability, and for in a meeting how to behave to the other end, how to discuss with a problem, then how to settle an issue. So these all things should be in their mind. Then there must be some answer. In the case of students, if they completed their higher education in engineer, as an engineer or a doctor, or as a management expert like that, in day-to-day life, they should face so many things, so many unforeseen events that may be a reality. Then in such a situation, if the students are not properly trained to overcome the difficult situations by acquiring strength, or otherwise giving strength to the students by the teachers, so to end, then only through interaction we can learn. Through interaction we will get information relating to so many areas, so many sphere of life, or otherwise technology, or what is going on in and around us. So self-realization is also an important point. Then the Gurukula Vidyabhyasa is actually focusing in the overall development of a human being, overall development, not educational area alone, technical area alone. So how to be a good citizen, a human being, and to act or react in a society properly. That is very important. The aim of overall development is the main aim of education. In present education, less human touch or more technical support. Less human touch or more technical support. That is the present point to be discussed. This is really a problem. No doubt, this is really a problem. A human being can touch the heart of another human being through love and affection, and through their deeds, words, etc., etc. So it is connected with the inherent habit of a person and the softness of a person, or with the soft skills of a person that may be developed through their school levels or like that. So many things are connected with the situation. We are moving just like machines and not as human beings to develop social skills, empathetical thinking, and to create an environment of oneness. Oneness is very important. There may be so many communities, so many beliefs, so many formalities are there in our society, different languages, especially in India. So how to feel as oneness? We are one. In the place of I, we should use we. In the place of everything I, there is no scope for using I. I am doing it. I am the pioneer. So in that place, we should use we. Then only we can see the oneness is coming as part of human life. So direct interaction with the teachers are inevitable to get insight. Direct interaction. That is essential. How to manage our emotions, that is very important. How to manage our emotions. There are so many feelings. So many problems are coming in their way, especially in the way of students. Especially in the way of students, this time, this situation, under this situation, the pandemic situation. So parents and friends may be helpful, teachers may be helpful to solve their issues. Some extent it is possible. A machine can solve the emotions of human being. So there arises the importance of teachers, friends, and other people, those who are loving really the students. So parents' role is very important because they are living with parents, and nowadays majority of the time is with parents because of this pandemic problems. Then online teaching is going on. There may be direct interaction. At the same time, majority of the time they are they're spending their time in houses. So the parents must be a role model to the students. In their house, if they are not secure, in their house, they are not satisfied with the dealings or the performance or the words and deeds of their beloved parents, then there is no escape from house to school. If at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock school started and ended at 5 or 4 o'clock like that, the majority of the time may be spent by the students with their friends and teachers. So they may be happy in one way or another way. But so the place of house must be a place for getting insights, a place for getting information, a place for getting love and affection, etc., etc. If they are coming to the school, there may be abundantly. That means there may be plenty of informations, discussions, seminars, then the teachers' interactions. If some doubts are there, they can directly clear the doubts with their beloved teachers. Sometimes students are ready to deliver all informations regarding their household issues, etc., to their beloved teachers. There may be a solution. There may be possibility of a solution from the part of teachers if such a situation arises. Nowadays, it may be certain extent, but it is not fully. We are not fully utilizing that situation because of this pandemic situation. Dependable factors are there. Independent factors and dependable factors are there. In the case of dependable factors, teachers are the real dependable human beings to solve the issues of the students as a friend, as a teacher, and as a parent. So the threefold work from the part of the teachers, that is very, very important. As a friend, as a brother, or as a sister, or as a teacher, like that. So multifold, that means different areas are coming there. So a human touch to the heart will reflect, no doubt. So then we can go to the next point actually. Then dependable factors, then machines and technologies are not practical in protecting human minds and to their hazards and to overcome the difficult situations or to find out a better solution. So currently, there are three changes, or otherwise three areas are there that is notable in educational field. Number one, based on technology, and number two, come to the point of globalization. So nowadays we can define human body on the earth or the world is same. If there arises a problem in any area of the world, in any country, it will affect human body and human mind. It's a clear example, this coronavirus. So anything happened positively or negatively in the world will affect economically, socially, culturally, and in every field of human activity. That's the reality. So the old saying is that means we should recognize the people of the world, Vasudhaiva Kudambam, or like that, or we are praying for the betterment of the entire nation. Praying for world peace. World peace. That is very important. So nowadays, we are focusing in our own students, our own friends, our own parents, and in a limited area. But unfortunately or fortunately, it will out of the sight. So the world is giving some advice to you how to deal with, how to solve the situations, in what way we can think the world itself is one and human beings are one and connected with a strain in different attitudes, different habits, different levels of education, then economically or socially or culturally, there will be difference. So work through knowledge may be the another point. Work through knowledge, experience, through experience. So coming to this area in detail, we can say for molding the students, the role of teachers are very, very important than the parents. Parents can give some suggestions. Sometimes all parents are not having much education. The students may be coming to a better way by getting information from different schools. Their communication skills may be much more greater than the parents' communication skill. The information may be much more than the parents. In such a situation, teachers can give some information to the students. Then I wish to point out one point. Failure is not defined as failure. Failure may be a stepping stone in your life. I wish to present it because our beloved APJ Abdul Kalam was at the time he to become a pilot, and the test completed and the interview is also completed at the time. The review was also completed at the time, and 8 vacancies are there for pilots, and he ranked in 9th. And his feelings was for 2 or 3 weeks, then his feelings, so much feelings. He can't attend classes. He can't think positively. So he is always thinking about the situation that his dreams not come to true. From that failure, he pick up something, though that means positive thinking will automatically refine you, and positive thinking, positive dreams, Agni Chiragugal, wings of fire. So from there, he originated himself a separate way of thinking to overcome the situations and teach students in different levels. So that is very important. So if he was appointed as a pilot, then actually a #1 scientist, we lose India, a #1 president. So the next situation, so maybe the failure may be a stepping stone because of by considering these experiences. Anyhow, whatever it is, then nowadays we are focusing on different area, but I wish to ask one question to you. Coronavirus is spreading. Okay. Why? From where it was started or originated? That is another question. Whether it man-made or otherwise automatically happened or like that. We should think twice or thrice. Maybe from a lab, from where it was originated. Research are going on to produce viruses in different labs. For what purpose? These virus, that means certain countries are focusing, certain labs are focusing to produce new virus. This is a situation that is to be taken into consideration. We can use these viruses positively or negatively, just like the effect of Hiroshima, like that. All these things are in our way. The past, connected with the past experience. So we are suffering from where it was originated. There is no real answer. Nobody is thinking about that. Some informations are there, but we are not focusing on who was the culprit. Who was the culprit? So there is no answer, whatever it is. For the benefit of the, whether it is this developing these viruses is for the benefit of the society, that is also a question for discussion, I think so. So science must be for human society. Science must be for humanity. Without getting touch of humanity positively, if new inventions are there, new technologies are there, actually, this may be a curse to this society in the coming days. Only human beings can solve the issues. Machines can't solve the issues. So the emotions and the thinking habits or the personal problems, all these things are connected with day-to-day life. So the role of a teacher, is not only limited to the teaching area. They may be experts in their own area, but they are not capable to solve all the issues of the students. They are just like specialists. And in the place of teachers, then nowadays another word that means, I think, facilitators, the word facilitators are coming to facilitate. That's all. Just like doctors in different area, skin or otherwise, different END or otherwise, then specialists in different areas. Teachers are also giving in touch with their own area only, and they are not fully focusing on the overall development of the students. So certain schools are doing this in a wonderful way. The craft school is one that can be pointed out as a school for developing their own caliber, their own communication skill, and in a different way, they are accepting students and focusing on their issues, and there may be some sort of solutions is coming out from the school. So anyhow, I wish to conclude my point. So managing things is the most important one, and how to manage a difficult situation. And marks alone is not a criteria for making successful story. As an example, then in UPSC examination for IAS or IPS officers, the 24 categories are there in Union Public Service Civil Service examination. In that civil service examination, the minimum requirement for application is any degree in any discipline. Why? Any degree in any discipline. If the candidate failed in his degree examination and he wished to compete again and complete his course, and finally a result is with him or her, a pass certificate is there, he or she can apply. There is no restriction. Why? It is fixed in the present world, present day also. It was from at the time of starting this UPSC examination, it is continuing. Why? Not only in the area of mark as first rank holder or second rank holder, or otherwise first class or something like that. There is no there is no limit for this marks, any degree in any discipline, any language or any subject. Whatever, if there is a mindset to compete with other students, if there is a change in his or her mind, if they wish to do so, there is a dream in their mind, then they can face the challenges. And in the I was a member in the interview board of UPSC examination, especially in IAS, IPS officers. 2 times at the time, I noticed certain aspirants are very good, very good in their area of cultural area or otherwise the things that is to be done in a separate way for facing the issues or something like that. So they may be entirely different. Marks alone is not enough. It is a criteria. I do agree.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jagal Bose. My next question, I actually had 2 questions for Ms. Swati Shenoy. Ms. Swati Shenoy is a software engineer, basically, and the mother of Arush Pai. The first question was, it's about how we teach and not what we teach. So I think most of that, both the keynote speaker as well as Mr. Jagal Bose covered most of the topics. I'm going to the next question. Now, we talk about team working, we talk about collaborative skills and all these things, and basically teachers come up with classroom activities, playing with others, and just to nurture this skill in them. So what are the activities and range of skills that children learn in getting involved in these sort of activities? It is learning, or rather working together, right? Apart from the team working skills, there are a lot of other skills which the children learn. Ms. Swati Shenoy, if you may just let us know what are the other skills you think that children develop by working together, rather, playing together and things like that.
Sure, Bindu. First of all, good evening, everyone. My name is Swati, as already introduced by Bindu Menon. So what I feel is that during the team building activities, children communicate with each other and work towards a common goal. So they learn communication skills through it. And because they are working together to solve a problem, everybody wins. So they have a positive experience. So they learn cooperation and collaboration, rather competition, because everybody is working towards a common goal and everybody is winning. They don't get into competition based learning. And apart from that, the other skills that they will learn while they are during the team building activity is problem solving skills, because every child is unique, and if there are 5 children involved in activity, there will be 5 ways to solve a particular problem. So the children will learn another skill like idea exchange, then creative thinking, leadership skills, because when you're working as a team, someone will be an effective team member, someone will be an effective team leader. So the children will develop confidence in their own abilities and trust each other. So that is another skill that they will be learning. And also another skill they can learn is listening skills. During the team activity, they listen to one another and come up with a solution. And yeah, that's it. I think these are the additional skills I feel children will learn during the team building activities.
Thank you very much. Imbibing each other's quality, listening, coordinating. Thank you so much. My next question is to Ms. Mridula, the principal. It happens that the children are much equipped in operating all the so-called newly arrived gadgets and things like that. So whenever a parent buys a phone, the first thing he or she does is to give it to his or her child and then say that, get this set for me, or get this, because the children are so very what do you call that, tech savvy. They get everything done. But the question is, are they digital natives, in the sense, like, are they able to judge the validity of the streams of information? And is anyone guiding them on how to navigate social media, how to inculcate the digital awareness in children in a world where we all know the parental controls are becoming, or rather moving from shrinking to absolutely none. A lot of parental controls which are there in certain, but I see all those are missing day by day. It's all getting, it's nonetheless. So do you take time as a parent, I mean, as a principal and as a parent, you take time in educating your child on the sites to visit and the learning platforms to be browsing things? Because there is no point in strictly saying no, because that is never going to happen. So what is your take on that?
Yeah, that's the exact relevant question. The need of the hour, maybe, because as a parent, definitely, any child who is old enough to use a device that can access the internet needs guidance on how to navigate the digital world, definitely. Even though they are called the so-called technological natives or the digital natives, they are not born with all this awareness. So as a parent or as an adult, we have to definitely give them guidance and awareness. So when children are exposed to the internet, there will always be some level of risk of the effects of technology on their lives, and how that risk can change the dynamics of their life. So the sooner kids can relate that the rules they have in the real world exist in the largely invisible digital world, they'll definitely have a deeper grasp of the long-term effects or the implications of their digital actions. So as a parent, what I always feel is just give them age-appropriate media literacy. In the classroom also we do the same. I just consider everyone as, we are a very small school and we have only about a maximum of 120 children as of now. So what we do is we introduce a curriculum from our Google itself. They have introduced a curriculum for, the digital awareness called the Be Internet Awesome. So actually it teaches a lot of aspects of being a good digital citizen. So as my daughter is also studying in the same school, actually she's aware of almost this guidance, and she has got all this guidance from her teachers and from this curriculum. Actually that Be Internet Awesome, that curriculum from Google helps to, these children to be smart, to be alert, to be strong and kind and brave enough when they use these gadgets and devices. So it helps them to think critically. It protects themselves from threats. They become smart about what they share, and they become kind when they talk to others during in social media, and ask for help when they really need it. So, and also it helps to identify these clickbait titles and email subject lines, which show them why these can be so dangerous. This media literacy also helps them to spot other signals that can help them to decide whether to click, such as the meta description in Google below each result, and also to check the sender before they open any email that looks really suspicious. The next thing what we do is to empower parents, definitely, to raise these digital citizens. Parents are responsible for setting rules and limits for their children. So keeping parents informed on what we are teaching and empowering the children to support, them to be aware of all these digital threats will actually help them to continue the same at home also. So what we have to teach as a parent or also at school should be these digital etiquettes. The most talked about aspect of being a good digital citizen is a digital etiquette. When sending a digital message or comment on social media, it's much easier to spout harsh and degrading words that we would never use in person. So that's part of the reason why this cyberbullying also have become such a problem. And also to make children aware that about their digital identity. Teaching children to have an awareness of the persona they have online, and if it translates to the same person as they are offline, and about the digital privacy. So we cannot definitely refrain them from this whole digital media. We have to show them that there is an online world that includes social media like Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, Clubhouse, etc. but let them see and have an opinion about what we post, especially the content that includes them. They'll have a better understanding about how and what they are doing in the real world is being shown online. So what I do is usually when I post something, I'll just have an opinion from my daughter, what she thinks about that post or that photo. So if my daughter doesn't like that picture I want to post or don't want to have that tagline and all, she'll definitely say, no, this is not really right. I don't feel comfortable. What her friend will think about it, all that she just talk it out. So that's how she understand what is it all about and why online media shows all these kind of things. And it definitely gives a better sense of personal privacy. So we teach them digital safety. We teach them, where to look at and what is the cyberbullying, and always get some opinions about what's happening around them, like certain incidents, and invite feedback about how best we can help them in any issues online. So it's our responsibility, to change, to educate and make them aware of all these things happening, and definitely ask the same, opinions about the same incidents as you go by, because as kids age, they keep dialogues also, all these feedback, everything keeps changing. So get the feedback all the time. That is the main tagline that I always keep on. Thank you. I guess I have.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. And my last question is to Dr. Dilip Kumar.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So I actually had two questions, but the second one you already answered about failure. Here it is like kids learn actually more from discovering answers on their own rather than someone explaining something to them. So how does schools and teachers you think will be able to play a role, or rather their part in nurturing this particular quality of making the children discovering on their own? How from your side, what do you think the teachers should be doing it?
I think we should promote the students in each of their success story, and there must be a good relationship between teachers and students by keeping love and affection over than respect. Love and affection over than respect. Actually, respect is there in between teachers and students, more respect. But rather than this more respect, the love and affection should be shared among the students, and a good teacher must be a friend to the students. A good teacher must be a parent to the students. A good teacher must be a brother or sister to the students. Then only they can easily discuss their problem. They can give their own missions, or they can say, teacher, I have something in my mind, or like that, I am doing this way or that way. So anyhow, there must be a good rapport between the teachers and the students. That is very necessary. Students must have confidence in their minds to share anything to their teachers, anything. If something is happening or happened in their house or home, then that may be not a positive issue, then they can share with their teachers. So always in their mind, if the teacher is there with the student, then normally, then emotionally, and at the same time, to overcome the difficult situation, they can overcome the difficult situation, no doubt. So side by side with the students, they should have an acceptance. They must have an acceptance in the mind of students. Actually, guru, that means if the word guru is living in their minds, in the minds of students, and if students are living in the heart of teachers, then this is what is called Guru Shishya Bandha, Guru Shishya relationship. So maintain that relationship. That is the most important element nowadays required. I think so. Then the groundwork should be created and done by the teachers for solving their own issues, the students' issues. The role of teachers are two ways. One, as a teacher, and another one I already explained, as a parent or brother or sister If there is a gap in any of the above, the role of a teacher may move to unsuccessful. That is my point. It may be unsuccessful. So nowadays, everything is available in fingertips. Students are more aware of this factor than teachers. They are in the field, they are actually in technological field. So they are grabbing, they are getting information, rather that means more information than our teachers. That's the real factor. Then students are more aware of this factor. The role of a teacher is reducing to the level of facilitators. I already mentioned when I was talking. We should support the students to develop their own skills, and we should focus on the needy and the less competent. A teacher should always side by side with less competent students, not best student in the classroom, with average students and actually the suffering students without knowledge or otherwise they are not having much information, or they are not competent. They are not competent to compete with the high level of students profile of other students, the classmates. So in such a situation, it is the duty of the student to pick up that student and to give more love and affection and give more information, take too much time for giving information to such class of students, etc. That is very necessary, I think so. They need your support. They need your support. The first grade students are not expecting much more from you. You can support, you can give good advice, etc., etc. But at the same time, there are some students without facilities. There is no facility in their house. There is no love and affection from their house, or they are suffering from so many issues. Day-to-day life, they are suffering so many issues. A soft touch, a care, special care, that is inevitable from the part of the teachers. A teacher should explore the mindset of their students and learn that teachers must be approachable to the students. That's very important, approachable to the students. So
Thank you, sir.
points.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah, as now may invite the person who's sitting right from the first moment, very silent, witnessing everything which is happening. Advocate C. Majid, sir, request your feedback and your input on the topic, on how did it go on, and things like that, please. Yeah. Sir has been always been a very good observer, and then he'll come up with a lot of pointers towards the end. So, yeah.
Very good evening, Bindu. Thank you very much for your. On the side of the management, I am very happy to see that every parent and the other people that Mr. Dilip Kumar also said something about Craftware School. Our on the side of the management, we expect a unique school with a differentiation. The differentiation means not only experiential learning, but the goal is to achieve the heights by the children. Our vision is also, as I said in every webinar, unlock the superpowers of the children. But now we are not focusing on the academics, but the extracurricular activities like the interest, personal interest of the children. Everybody, the parents are accepted that, and we are focusing on that. Earlier, we are afraid of that, whether the parents will be accepting that vision and motto of the school. But nowadays, all the parents studying here and all the parents coming for getting admission, also they are accepting this theme. And the subject of the today webinar, the challenges we are facing in future. That's also the point of the from the management series, that the future the challenges we are facing, not on the base of the academics, but only on the base of the social skills and individual skills. In future, it will be the not the academicians, but the people who are having their own special skills. We can see all over the world several Indians who are not much in academics. They are reaching the heights of the respective industry or other points also. In every world, in USA, UK, Europe, everywhere, Indians getting that chance because of their personal ability. Not on the basis of the academics, they are reaching the heights. But we are also, as earlier Bindu said, we have to reach the heights because of the special skills of the children. But then Craftware School finds the special skills of the children, and we are focusing on that, and we are developing the skills of the children. Thank you very much for the parents for their kind words. And Mr. Dilip Kumar also said everything regarding our school's views and visions. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, sir, for those inputs. And now it's time for the speaker's feedback, please. Dr. Dilip Kumar, sir.
Yes.
So your feedback on the session, please.
This is actually, this was a great event. I think so. Because the interaction with the parents, then the speakers like you as moderator and their principal, their managing trustee, then you have some vision in your mind. So what is to be done in future? What is to be following now? Or otherwise, what are the things that may be observed by craft school, and what is the uniqueness or otherwise speciality of this school? The vision and mission of an education institution is very important. So at the time of completing this webinar, I am happy that the performance of the teachers and the questions raised by some of the parents and the participation of teachers, etc. That is very good, very good. So it is actually a model webinar. It's a model one. No sound, only small questions and only deliberations. Then come to the point of the webinar. Each and every element is linked with the topic. That's the most important one. Everybody is speaking about the importance of webinar in connection with the topic of the webinar. That is great. Anyhow, it's a good experience to me, and best wishes to the craft school, the management, teachers, and dearest students. No doubt this school will achieve in the coming days and maybe shower blessings to so many students in future. Best wishes.
Thank you so much, sir, for the good words. And may I invite Ms. Jessie, teacher at Craftware School, to deliver the word of thanks, please.
Thank you, Bindu ma'am. Good evening, everyone. As we have come to the end of today's webinar, I, Jessie Varghese, takes opportunity to express our heartfelt gratitude in words. On behalf of Craft World and the entire fraternity, I thank Dr. MC Dilip Kumar, who has spared time from his schedule to grace this session and brief us about the essential skills for changing world. It has been a pleasure to have you, sir. I would also like to thank our director, Advocate C.A. Majid, our principal, Ms. Mridula Praveen, our moderator, Ms. Bindu Menon, for organizing this webinar. I'm also thankful to all our dear parents and teachers for their active participation during this session. Once again, thank you all for your cordial cooperation, and it has been a great pleasure to have you with us. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
Jessie, for that. Yeah. Thank you all for joining us today. It has been a wonderful learning experience. Have a wonderful weekend. And thank you.